Good evening and salutations, my J fans. I don't know about this episode. And what I mean by that is that I'm not saying that this was a bad episode. I just felt like this episode seemed like it was like it's like they had to put out something in certain sections of it, right? Let me ask you a question. I have to go get another water, son. How many of y'all at this point is just kind of tired of Ava sitting there whining about her money problems? Which, by the way, she met up with her accountant. This is something that I find very, very, very hilarious. Okay, and I've heard this not just from some subscribers, but also from other accounting creators. People being crazy, jumping out of pocket, talking about Ava's money situations are fine. And she meets up with her accountant, and guess what the accountant says? She's still broke. Broke. With a capital B. Okay? So I just want to sit there and put that out right off rip in case people are sitting there kind of questioning, what are you talking about? Ava's money situation is fine. This, that, and third. No, it's not. But the reason why I'm sitting there bringing this up is because, like, I don't know if this is supposed to be like some sort of their sad attempt at humor, but it's not working for me. Okay? I am sick and tired of Ava sitting there whining about her money issues. I don't care. Um, she is a grown ass woman, and the accountant got to a point where he's like, "Yo, listen, the loan might have helped, but you're not out of the woods, okay? And you also have to sit there and pay property taxes. Otherwise, you're going to lose both spaces that you are renting. So that means that that gallery is possibly going to go bye bye." And it got so bad that I felt like he might have been imagining talking to his teenage daughter. Okay, had to take her damn credit cards away. Like, give me your credit cards. Just give it to me. And she's all like, "Oh, well, I'm used to a certain type of lifestyle and how my image look and how my reputation look. How would your reputation look when you lose the damn gallery? How about that?" I love how she keeps sitting there whining about her apartment. Oh, it's a shoe size, but it's a very beautiful apartment. Okay, that is a lot that most people could sit there and own. Yet she still is whining about that. I'm like, boo, listen, I get it. I get that you're a little bougie, but like, and again, I get that. Part of me just feels like maybe this is like some sort of a joke that they're doing. I'm like, nah, bro, it's not funny. You're just being irritating at this point. Now she does wind up hoarding a bear, and I'm not a huge bear person. Um, but she does wind up ordering a bear, and then I guess the joke is supposed to be continuing because when Nina got there, Nina was like, because Nina wants to sit there and talk and celebrate and everything like that. Nina gets there, looks at that bear like, you alright? Like, you good? Like, what's going on? You know? Um, anyway, at some point, she is looking at that bear. She's like, no, we can't do this. And, she orders some, like, the good stuff. And he was like, oh, thank God. And of course, Nina isn't there celebrating in a sense of getting, or at least I guess she thought she was getting through to Willow as far as chilling out on the whole moving in with Drew because of the family and all that stuff that's going on. Like, you may not want to be around that. You may not want the kids exposed to that. Like, it's just not a good time. I'm not saying don't do it. Just slow down a little bit. Hell, she even offered to sit there and buy her a house. Buy her own house. Just to breathe and chill for a little bit. Which, I mean, it's not exactly a bad idea. I mean, hell, I don't even know if they're technically like not married anymore. I mean, I know she filed for divorce, and he filed for divorce. But until that shit is actually done and it's official, you going out on Valentine's Day while still being married to another man is just out of pocket. completely and utterly out of pocket. Now, she says she'll think about it or whatever, and Nina's already sent there celebrating. So Drew gets, Drew gets knocked on the door to Tracy. Long story short, Tracy's like, I got Marty arrested. Okay? Got your top notch lawyer arrested. How about you just chill out? You stop this whole trying to move, stop trying to move stop trying to move my family, um, away from their resting spot. And just chill out. Just stop. Because if you keep doing this, I'm going to come at you even harder. And Drew's not backing down because Drew's like, I'm not giving up the family name. So they go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, right? Until Willow gets there. Then when Willow gets there, Tracy's like, well, how the kids doing? Did the kids miss this place? And this, that, and the third? At first she's like, well, how you doing, Willow? Like, she tries to be all nice and everything like that, and then start asking about the kids. And I'm just like, well, you kidnapped her kids. Honestly, tell you the truth, the fact that she didn't just sit there and say F you in the horse she rode in on, like, why you sitting there talking to me like we friends, it showed a hell of a lot of restraint. But then, she started defending Drew, and saying Drew's a good man, and, he would have been really loyal if and it also brings up the fact that, your family has at one point turned their back from you. So, like, let's not sit there and try to act like he's the most evil doer in the Quartermaines. This is why this whole I'm trying to protect the family. You're not trying to protect the family. Don't give me that. Don't give me the I'm trying to protect the family's name. You smudged it up yourself throughout the years. Anyway, Tracy says some sort of veiled threat and just walks off. Now, Carly wakes up and after talking to Jack for a little bit, talks to Sonny. They exchange information. Sonny. See, yesterday I felt like, and I was in Kyrie's stream, there was a couple people that had a problem with the fact that Sonny did not off Valentine. And so at some point, Sonny and Jack talk, and Jack tells Sonny that Carly's in the hospital, and Sonny tells Jack that Valentine is going to be at the docks waiting for a boat. So the point is that he ain't getting his hands dirty. He's like, you know what, listen, Jack, you got issues with him, I'll let you deal with it. And when she tells Sonny, and when she talks to Sonny, when Sonny gets to the hospital after talking to Carly, Anna's upset. Anna's like, oh, you did this. You sent Jack after Valentine. And I'm like, he could have just offed him at the house because technically Valentine did break in. So, like, he was well within his rights to sit there and just, chitty chitty bang bang. And that would have been the end of that. Really should have got another thing of water. But, and Jason gets there. Jason talks to Carly, and, they don't want to fighting because, yeah. Long story short, Sonny, Jason knows that Carly was not the intended target, that it was really Jack. And she didn't feel like sitting there listening to the whole lecture of I told you so and stay away from Jack and da 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 da. He was just more grateful that she was alive. After losing Sam, that looked like I felt that, of just being grateful that Carly was alive. Valentine does try to pick the lock. Laura's there, and Laura's meant to thinking, oh, you're going to go get Charlotte and stuff. He's like, no, I just want to sit there and see her one last time. I'm like, Laura started speaking facts. Laura's like, what do you think that's going to end up happening? You just did the right thing, and now you're going to sit there and backpedal. And now, you're going to go and see her, and that's just going to set her back. Let her chill. Let her get used to her new accommodations. Don't do this. Now, she does sit there and urge him to turn himself in, and that's when I'm like, I don't know, because, maybe, I can protect you. Laura, you haven't exactly been really a good mayor. I don't know about you protecting them. Oh, this city is still riddled with crime. but you're going to try to protect one man. I don't see that happening. Lulu also does talk to Valentine. They seem like they have a pleasant conversation. Um, and hell, even when Lulu is there talking to Laura, she's like, listen, I can't hate him. I wish I could sit there and hate him because it would be so much more easier. But I gotta sit there and thank him, and that's what she did. That was probably one of the very rare times where she was actually being genuinely decent. Now, the parsons that they're talking about, when I'm just like, I don't know about this episode, was Cody, Molly, Alexis, and eventually Rick. See, Cody got arrested for Grand Theft Auto, and I'm like, what? And Alexis came down there to represent him. So, seeing how she's the acting DA, and Alexis, there's a conflict of interest. So Alexis like, you should recuse yourself. Molly's like, you should recuse yourself. Then Rick comes in there, it's like, no, Alexis, you should recuse yourself. Then they get into this back and forth thing. And what this really just shows is just how much of an emotional toll that Molly has to sit there and deal with when those two go at it. Eventually they get the whole thing settled, and it just turned out it was a mistake. Yeah, it was a whole mistake. Um, he got arrested for stealing his own car. Like this is exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, he pretty much kind of gets released, and they're going back and forth now. So Cody takes Rick out and just says, "Hey, listen, play nice with Alexis. This is really hurting Molly. We're sort of good friends. I like her. I think I respect her. Whatever." And here's the thing: if this was anybody else, and he was there telling him what to do, Rick would have went off on him. But I think he respected Cody for the fact that, yeah, she just got out of a marriage or whatever, like she ain't looking for a rebound or whatever. I think that he did respect the fact that, um, that he was standing up for his daughter. And, Molly has to bring Alexis into the interrogation room, basically saying, listen, you can't always sit there and get riled up with him. If he goes through, just walk away, just kind of just whatever. And I'm kind of just like, did something get lost in translation? Like, okay, you basically snip this thing that if he attacks you, if he verbally assaults you, then you should just be the bigger person and just walk away. If he says something to you, then you should just be like, nah, you know what, I'm not going to engage with you. Seriously? It would have made much more sense for her to sit there and say how she really felt. What she said to Cody, that, hey, listen, I get he comes at you from time to time, and that does suck. But I need y'all to sit there and work together because this is really stressing me out. I love both of y'all. I don't like to be in the middle. I like to sit there and try to feel like I'm defending one person and letting down the other person. So can you please try to just work something out with him? And I will tell him the same. I'm like, what happened to that speech? That, like, I cannot be the only person that remembers that. Now, Jason and Sonny talk. They talk about Valentine being at the pier and Jack going after him. And basically, Snit is saying, I need you to make sure that Jack completes his mission. And he does just that. While Anna calls Jack and tells him to kind of stand down, don't, because she knows what Jack is going to do when Jack finds him. And towards the end, when Valentine is waiting for that boat on the open, like he's not a fugitive, Jack comes in, and Jack pretty much is like the end of the road. He has a pew pew, and he's ready to just fuck off. Okay, I didn't say this in yesterday's review, and I know this has nothing to do with. Well, I know Sasha was not on the show today, but I want to sit there and just remind people something. Because Lashanta, listen, she's one of my subscribers. She's cool people. But here's my thing, though. Sasha, you're out of pocket. Okay? Because you're sitting there saying that Willow is going to try to push Michael out of the kids' lives. Sasha, you're doing the exact same thing with Michael's child. Did you or did you not sit there and say that you do not want Michael involved with your child? But you're assuming and criticizing Willow for imagining this scenario where she pushes Michael away from the kids. But you're doing the exact same thing. So you want to sit there and tell me how is what you're doing any better than what you're imagining that she's going to do? Like, exactly what I'm talking about with Sasha. It's like, this is why I sit there and I look at the scenes where her, when she's trying to go at Willow, she's talking about, I can totally judge you. Like, yeah, and you can totally be a hypocritical, da 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 da. Because I'm like, you're doing the exact same thing. Not to mention that they're saying, well, she's crazy. Says that from the person who's taking money from their kidnapper. Sure. Anyway, I just want to sit there and throw that in there because I didn't say that yesterday, and then after I was done with everything, I'm like, hold on. I totally forgot about this. I was kicking myself, so I was like, I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna say it in the stream tonight. So if you hear me say it in the stream tonight, I'm saying it in the stream tonight because yeah. Anyway, I feel like I covered everything. I might have forgot one or two things, but whatever I miss, write in the comment section and we'll talk about it tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll talk about all 5 of the shows tonight. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next video.